Continuing on with Word Lab 3, I have the lab instructions open, and I have the spreadsheet. One thing that I forgot to tell you on the last video is one thing that you need to do anytime you adjust columns. You need to see if any of your information that you have here needs to be adjusted. You see, we can only see part of the school name. So I need to move this picture over so we can see the school name. In the original spreadsheet, this roasted and seasoned goes over here above these yellow items, and the green candied almonds and walnuts should be right above here, and that should be spread out to where these are side by side. So you always have to be careful anytime you make changes like this to make sure to put things back the way they should be. Okay? So now if we move on, what you're going to do next is you're going to start entering orders. So if I enter and my phone number, of course that's not the true phone number, and I'm going to order some butter toffee walnuts, and I'm going to order some raspberry almonds. I'm not much for spices, so we'll go with the smoked garlic. And I want you to go and pause this video and enter a total of 10 orders. So I'm also going to pause it, and I'm going to enter the rest of mine. When you've entered 10 on yours, come back to the video. Okay, now that I have my 10 orders, what we're going to do next is we're going to do some formulas. And like I showed you in the original explanation, of Excel, make sure that you do not type numbers in there. Like if I want to have the count, I want to count how many I've ordered. Well, I can go across here and say 1, 2, 3, and I can just put a 3 here. But please don't do that. That will not count as a formula. And I can also put, remember, all formulas start with an equal sign. I could put 1 plus 1 plus 1. But if you remember correctly, your formulas are not going to count that way. If you make any changes, it's not going to count. So what you want to do is you want to say, I want all of these items here. So I want to add all of those items up. Because that way, if later on I come in and I want to change my order, I want to remove one, or I want to add some apple pie almonds, my formulas are going to work. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put equals plus the first column, the second column, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So, and oops, I don't want a plus sign behind that. And I'm going to press enter. So I get 3. So remember what I said when I expand this so you can see this, and I select this cell, I select the cell L11. Down here in the corner, if you can see it, whoops, right here, there's a little green square, and that square is called the fill handle. So I want to copy the formula. So what I can do, I'm trying to get this to where we can see it better. There we go. I want to use that same formula and copy that all the way down. And it's not, I don't want to stop at order number 10. I want to go all the way down and include the total. So I'm going to grab that fill handle where this becomes a plus sign and drag it all the way down. So that copied it. So you can check yourself. 5 plus 2 is 7. But now if I go in here and I add four boxes of the cinnamon roll almonds, watch this number right here, my total. When I press enter, it's going to add it into there. So if you look at the sample, the only formulas you need to do right now, see if we can see this, is the count. We're only going to do the count. So we're going to do this count, and then let me see, what other ones do we want to do? We want to do a function. So what we did was we just wrote a formula, and that formula is in L11 through L27. The instructions don't say to go down to 28, but I did it anyway. So right here, L20, 11 through 27. Now it tells us to do a function. The formula is something that you write. A function is a process that is a formula that the Excel writers actually wrote, and it's out there for you to use. So this, it says they want you to do the sum of C28 through M28. And this, so this is also addition, but I'm going to maximize this because I want to show you something here. C28 through K, did it say? C28 through M28. And what that is, in those cells, they want you to do the sum all the way down. So it's basically the same type of formula. I could write this same formula, and what I could do is I could do my equal sign here, and I could put plus the first one plus the second one. But that's the long way to do it. What they want you to do is use the auto sum format. And up here in the upper right hand corner, there is where you see auto sum. There are some formulas, functions that Excel has written. There's a sum, average, count, minimum, maximum. We'll go through these a little bit more before we're done. But we want the sum, which means addition, right? So the way you use this is you need to be in the cell where you want to use the function. Go over here and select the sum. And you see what Excel does? How they wrote this right here. 16, it's C16 through C27. Well, that's not what I want. I want it to go all the way from the first order all the way down to the last order. So C11 through C27. And now I press enter. And that says that there is a total of 4 apple pie almond orders. And now once again, you see this fill handle here. I can copy that all the way across. And so there, if you look at this, and I'm going to reduce a little bit, the total count of total bags of nuts sold is 40. There's 40, and we don't have any prices here yet, so it's a total value of 0. So that's the formulas and functions that we're going to use. Now, if you look at this, and I'm going to go to the formulas, and I'm going to show the formulas. And so if you look at any of these formulas, you can look up here in the formula bar. You can see, and what's really nice that you can see, you see this blue line around the area. So if yours is not calculating right, it could be that you don't have the correct range selected. So make sure that you have the right range selected. And so that'll answer a lot of questions for you. Okay? So the last thing that they want you to do in step number 6, let's get this back over here and let's look at the instructions for this lab. Step number 6 is center align column L. Okay, it doesn't say just center align this cell, L10. What the instructions say is center align the whole column. So when it says that, you need to highlight at the L area here. And how do you center align? Just like in Word. You go to your Home tab, and here is your alignment. There's your center. See, it centered the title, and all the way down it centered it. So by the time you get done with this, you really should be on one page. And the way that you can tell that you're on one page, there is an extra credit thing here if you want to try it. I'm going to minimize this and maximize Excel. When you are in this view, which is the page layout view, so that you can see the headers and everything, where these lines are, these gray lines, are your page breaks. And there's your bottom page break. So this looks like I am on one page. If I'm not on one page, I can adjust these columns. Now I just noticed something else here. You see here how you're getting the pound signs? What that means is your column is not wide enough. That's all it means. So if I drag this column over just a little bit, there you can see those were double-digit numbers. If for some reason that threw me into two pages, I could narrow down this column, this count column. So it's a matter of just adjusting things the way you want them, and that does it for Lab 3. Bye.